Ah. Welcome to another episode of the Revisited Podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm your token female for this evening, Kristen. I say that I'm your token female for this evening because we are joined by our cast of many voicemails over the course of our coverage of Ted Lasso. And that is Mr. Alex. Hello.
Hello. Am I just saying hello?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Mr. Greg.
Hello.
And as always, our wonderful live Stever himself, Mr. Steve.
Hello, everyone. This is Steve, by the way.
This will be the first time we've heard Steve on the podcast not doing a live Steving.
I think he should live Steve whatever has been happening.
You know, a part of me was hoping Steve would listen to this and then live Steve along to it and drop that for the next episode, because that'd be fantastic. I would love that.
So as Kristen mentioned, this is going to be very informal, but we decided to bring back some of the people who have been so great about leaving us feedback over our course of Ted Lasso, just to kind of do like a little season wrap up of our coverage before we move on to The Good Place next month in September. So I do understand now why Kristen said token female, because
a lot of dudes
in this on this podcast right now.
On the screen surrounded by men.
Yes, but you have very nice Ted Lasso legs on our screen.
And my legs are men.
God, that's right. Even your legs are manly on this one.
I know, it's sad. It's a sad story.
So I mean, we're going to keep this very informal. As you can already tell, this is incredibly formal. But we're just going to go through. We want to talk about a little bit about what the show has meant to us over the course of it. Have our opinions changed about some things as we covered the show? We'll talk about some of our favorite characters and moments. And I also kind of want to talk about the idea of a potential fourth season, which is floating around out there as well. I want to get people's opinions on that. But let's just go down the line. Kristen, you and I will kind of step back on this one because we've already talked about it on our ends. But, you know, with the three of you...
I think it's best for all of us that I take a back seat.
No, we need the female voice because
I'll chime in. It's fine.
You'll chime in. But yeah, like I want to get overall... You know, because you guys have been great about leaving us feedback over the course of everything about the episodes. But I want to know overall what this series has meant to you, even before our coverage, just in general, watching it during the pandemic, watching it since, rewatching it. What has the series meant to you? And Greg, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about, like, what is it? Like, where does your love from the show come from?
So this is a little bit, and I mean, I know that I've shared, probably overshared, quite a bit on either feedback or other podcasts, but I didn't actually start watching this in the pandemic, or at least not in 2020 when it came out. I didn't start watching it until I think close to the beginning of season 2, and you know, immediately it was something that it was just a lighthearted, hopeful comedy, which, yes, point in 2021, not a lot was going great. I think that it was a return to must-see TV for me. It was every week I was waiting for the show to drop, and so that I would wake up, you know, at 5 o'clock in the morning so that I could watch it before I went to work. And it was absolutely, like, from beginning to end. I talk pretty regularly about Breaking Bad being my favorite beginning to end story, because they knew what they had in the beginning, they knew where they wanted to get at the end, and now I have to modify that because it is my favorite drama beginning to end. But this show, not even on necessarily a personal level, but the character arcs and the character development from episode 1 to episode, how many fucking episodes were there? 38, 40?
No, 8 for season 1, 10 for seasons 2 and 3.
Okay,
so 20, 28.
I feel like it was more than that.
12.
I feel it was 12. It was 10 and 12, right?
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, I think it's 10 for season 1, 12 for 2 and 3.
Yeah, so I mean, 34 episodes, and
sorry, I was off.
And the fact that it was, initially it was only a half hour, 33-minute show. Every week I was left wanting more. And then we eventually got more, and I still was left wanting more because it just made me feel good to start my day or whenever the fuck I was watching it. And until season 3, in all honesty. And season 3, they got into like divorce and mental health and whatnot in like closer into season 2. But season 3 is where I basically it was like my life and everything on the show just kind of came crashing together. And there are episodes now that I can't get through. Like there was I can't remember what it was called. I think it was La Caja. I don't know. Locker Room Follies or whatever it was. I can't get through it emotionally. And I don't mean like I start crying during it. I mean, so much of what Colin says about not being able to be yourself and not being accepted for yourself and giving in to either the pressure of society and the pressure of other people, like makes me realize that maybe I've got some fucking trauma somewhere that fucks me up enough that I'm doing this to myself. But yeah. So and I've been through a divorce. I've been through separation from my kids. I've been through probably depression, except that you just ignore it because you just push it down and you just never talk about it ever again. And then everything's just fine, right? It never comes back to bite you in the ass. So like a lot of this, and then at the end, like then all the characters you want to love, you just love all the more. Well, I just loved all the more. And yeah, so it was at the end, because it was a relatively happy ending for everybody. I was just like, this is fucking amazing. So yeah, that's my, I don't know, less extensive than like half my voicemails, but
yeah, you've been pretty open in the voicemails that you've left over that too. I mean, Kristen and I have been pretty open about, what the show has meant to us and how it like has affected us personally with some of our own personal issues. But you've done the same thing with some of your feedback.
It is you could call it a failing of mine, but I think it's also how I process things is that I put it in words and I talk about it. And, which is why therapy is so effective for me. I can only go an hour a week. That's bullshit. That's like only seeing one episode of Ted Lasso a week. It's bullshit. You should be able to watch it all the time. But yeah, I've literally watched the series, every episode at least 3 times. And I've watched seasons 1 and 2, probably half a dozen.
Nice. Steve, how about you?
I'm trying to remember. I think I came into it relatively late, but still in the first season. And I think for me, what drew me to it was how there's a certain point in those first few episodes where it starts to turn the tropes of the American, kind of the Americanized underdog story and gets rid of some of those tropes. Like the Major League had the woman owner who wanted to tear the team apart and she never redeems herself. But yet in this one, we have that all get switched up to where we have the woman who's originally trying to tear down the team ends up building it up, and just all the tropes that it flipped on its head for me was what really drew me to the series. And just like I agree with Greg, like just the good nature of it. was a huge part of why I loved it. And I think because I try to find a character that I can identify with, and I think I identified a lot, even though we're not exactly alike, but like I identified a lot with Roy and just who he was and kind of who he was to the team. And that's, Greg, and I don't want to speak for you, but, coming from a military background, that kind of that NCO leadership kind of thing, that was Roy to the team. And that's who I identified with. And so getting to see that and then see his growth through the series as well, culminating in the third season. And before I forget, I want to give my props to, I can't remember, I think it was Greg, when we had the meetup in Hershey, weren't you were the one who was like not defending Nate, but you were explaining that, hey, Nate's heel turn, you can kind of, if you watch it, you can see it happening. And in the rewatch, I think Ben and Kristen, you both mentioned it as well. We start to see that heel turn happening, and we see what the background is of it. That even though Ted's not necessarily to blame, but there's ways that Ted could have stopped it or could have maybe helped to turn it around, I think. But so, yeah. So I think that was the big thing for me on this rewatch was the Nate, the character of Nate, and seeing him from the beginning to the end, knowing where he was going to get to. That really helped me, and I really enjoyed the rewatch. I would say even more so than the first time I watched it, because I was,
No, go ahead.
But that's all I had. Just that was the biggest thing for me, and I wanted to give props to, like I said, I think it was Greg or Ben. It was one of you that said that when we met in Hershey during the third season. I think it was during the third season. Third season hadn't finished yet, and you were like, "Well, if you watch Nate," and I remember being adamant, "No, he's just a jerk, and I hate him, and they're never gonna be able to redeem him." And then
I feel like I had that conversation, but I didn't make it to Hershey because I got COVID right beforehand. But in Massachusetts, I definitely had that conversation with somebody because Nate in particular. I at the end of season 2, where he was such a cunt, but like there were those moments like that very specifically. Okay, you're a big dog, Nate. Like I was just like, oh, you done fucked up, Ted. Like that is you done fucked up. And if you have on your rewatch, it's clear as day. You can read it on Nate's face.
Well, let's put a pin in this for the moment, because we are going to go to that about it's totally fine. But I want to go to Alec before we dive into storylines we see differently upon the rewatch. I want to go to Alex next. And Alex, I want you to kind of tell a little bit about like what it is about this show that attracted you to it and why you stuck with it and did the rewatch with us.
All right. So my journey, my whole experience with Ted Lasso, I think is going to be a little bit different in that I am a Bill Lawrence acolyte since Spin City all the way through Scrubs. Scrubs was a massive part of my high school and college experience. I mean, it was on constantly on Comedy Central. It was one of the few things I TiVo'd. We all remember TiVo.
I still have one.
Damn right you do.
It's in a box in my basement, but I still have one.
There's like 4 episodes of season 5 of NCIS I still have to watch on there. But and Bill Lawrence just became so everything. And I remember when I saw the commercials for Ted Lasso when British Premier League started to play on NBC, and I remember that character, and he took over Tottenham Hotspurs, and it was really funny. At the time, I was watching soccer because I was making questionable decisions in my life, and it was really cool. So I started watching the show, knowing I'm a Bill Lawrence fan, knowing that Zach Braff directed episode 2 Biscuits, and like I was really going into it for the story. And damned if I wasn't blown away by the snappy, zesty writing, the really colorful, drawn-out characters, a full ensemble cast, and then super good storytelling. The thing that kept me going with Ted Lasso, and the thing that to me makes it so culturally important, is the way it presents healthy masculinity. And I think before Ted Lasso, everyone kind of skirted around in media the idea of healthy masculinity, but nobody just went for it. Nobody said, Rupert, toxic masculinity, that's bad. Ted, healthy, encouraging, uplifting, we love each other masculinity, that's the shit that's actually going to make people successful and make society better. And I think since then, we've seen an outpouring of that love. And to me, more than anything else, it's that resonance and that good vibe and that constant, like, yeah, man, like I'm feeling uplifted by hearing the story. I'm seeing people addressing their warts and all. I agree with you exactly, Steve. This time around, watching Nate's redemption arc, I felt it so much more. Like, as someone that has screwed up, as someone that has, gotten to that emotional rock bottom and has had to fight and claw with certain relationships to get that trust back and to get that belief back. Like, you understand what he went through and the trials and tribulations. And it's a really good show in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, since you brought it up again and we've kind of, we're on that point, let us talk about some of these storylines that maybe we saw differently. Because upon the first watch of the show, it is a very surface. Like, we're just seeing everything for the first time. We're not diving that deep into it. And then, as Kristen and I discovered, as we went back and revisited all these episodes, we're starting to learn a little bit more and more. And I think upon the second time, because I think, Kristen, you can kind of play along to this too. Like, I think even you said you see Nate's story arc very differently this time than you did the first time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, totally. I mean, just like Greg was talking about before, we talked about those moments in season 2 where we were just like, oh no. Like, we saw how Ted was screwing up with Nate just over and over and over again. And, Nate just had no confidence. I mean, he couldn't even make dinner reservations at a restaurant, let alone talk to his boss about something that was making him feel less than. Mm-hmm. So watching Rupert, you just have to think that Rupert understood maybe that this dynamic was happening, or maybe even fed into the dynamic. We saw that he was already pulling him in at the funeral. At whose funeral was it? Rebecca's
dad.
Rebecca's father.
Dad.
Yeah.
And you just see it happening, and you know what's going to happen, and you know what's going to unfold. And it's soul crushing to watch it all over again, especially when you know that it could have been completely prevented. And I did not see that the first time around. And I really thought that watching Nate's entire story unfold this time was quite lovely.
One thing that really blew me away watching it this time was when Rebecca was describing how Rupert was so charming and won her over to her side. I was really drawn into how that paralleled the story with Nate. Mm-hmm. And how she wasn't just talking from a romantic standpoint, but also from the way that Rupert is able to worm his way into Nate. I mean, that's essentially a groomed relationship without any, physical attraction. That, mm-hmm. but that mentorship, that father type figure, that accolade that Nate's always craving, and Rupert was willing to give him all of that face value, all of it.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, like grooming him or whatever, because that was just kind of like at that point. Nate's line in the sand was at Oak and Honey when Rupert knew that Nate was in a relationship and really happy in his relationship. And Rupert took him to Oak and Honey and was like, come on with me and let's be these kinds of people, let me control you further. And I love that was the line that he drew in the sand. I think that it really said a lot about how far Nate has come, to respect the man that he's become, the person that he's with, and the differences that he has made. And that was a really good moment there.
Yeah. I mean, and going back to an earlier point, Steve, that you kind of touched on a little bit as well, like how.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
Oak and Honey.
Bones and Honey is definitely way better. You should be that guy.
Oak and Honey makes me think of Frozen, though.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sorry. I love how that just came out of nowhere.
You didn't see the chat pop up?
No, I don't have the chat up. Oh, I don't want to be that guy, but Bones and Honey.
It was perfect. Be that guy.
I'm sorry, I forgot we had a chat.
I had no idea that was a feature on this. Like just popped up. I thought it was going to tell me some.
I thought you just came to some like brilliant realization. Like, oh wait, I was wrong. What did I say?
Awesome.
What did I say?
That's awesome.
But no, Steve, how you kind of touched on like how you saw a lot of similarities in Roy Kent with, people that you know. I think a lot of these characters, and one of the reasons why Nate's story was different the second time around is because I think it's not just Roy. Like Roy is one of those characters I think we all wish we could be. In just speaking your mind and not giving a shit and just kind of blowing everything off and just moving through life. But I think each and every one of these characters has some kind of characteristic that we all wish we could be. We all wish we could kind of be confident like Rebecca becomes, or find our confidence like Nate, or just be incredibly helpful and positive like Ted, or
be a sexy baby.
Just be God-given talent.
intellectual and wise like Beard.
Like intellectual like
also
Beard,
being
or
quirky.
just
But
or
also
just
being
have
quirky,
really
so.
great hair like Jamie in season 3.
Shut up.
You know what, Kristen? I will fight you on that. I love his hair all 3 seasons. I don't
No.
care. If you got it, flaunt it. Okay. So he looks like Zachary Ty Bryant sometimes. Okay.
Like a lot.
It happens.
A lot. All he's missing is that seriously high undershave and
Flaunt
side shave.
what your mama gave you. He's got
Yeah,
the hair.
well, his
it.
mama gave him a lot. Like he's hot. Okay, he can get it. But that hair, he needed somebody to tell him to stop.
That was one of my favorite running throughs of this entire revisited with you guys, was listening to see when you would give him his flowers for his hair. And I don't think it ever happened except until the very last episode. You finally said, "Hey, Jamie, nice haircut." For one.
Yeah,
and I just,
his hair looks
that's
good,
growth.
though.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Yes, it's a real Nate turn, right?
I know this is going to be lost on listeners, but another Funko Pop I just got is also another Jamie one. And the first thing Kristen says is, "Oh God, his hair is awful."
I did.
That is one of his
stupid.
particularly bad ones.
Because you know what? It's so 90s. It is so 90s. It's
You
like
teach school. You know the 90s are back.
they are not back like that.
They could be. They could be.
Well,
Not for lack of trying.
Look,
I
we
don't
are
know.
talking about a man who I'm using man loosely in this sense too. We are talking about
Jamie fucking Tart is a man.
Oh no, but I'm going back to season 1 with what I'm about to
He
say.
was a little boy.
We are talking about a person who had golden guns as lamps in his apartment in season 1. If we
What do you
remember
expect
that,
from an icon.
icog by the end.
Icog.
By the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
But
I
I mean,
love
like-
it. I never noticed that, so I'm glad you guys
Neither
pointed
did I.
that
That was
out.
a really good point.
Nope.
I did not realize that either. Thank you.
Kristen made me see it. I didn't see it either. And it is very clear as day, too. It's hard to
It
miss.
really is.
But I mean, like in characters that we see in everybody, like I was mentioning, Jamie, I think, is one that we kind of, at least me personally, is we see somebody that who grows up so much in this that we all kind of wish, like, hey, like, I wish I could grow up, if we're not already. Sometimes we
Well,
are, but
Yeah, I like you to point that out because one of the things that's different about soccer from a lot of other, maybe Major League Baseball might be the only closest kind of sport to soccer where you can go straight from, and yes, there's a handful of basketball players and football players that have done it, but it's much more prevalent in soccer and Major League Baseball to go straight from high school into a pro team. Just go straight, no college, or barely any college, and just 19, 20 years old, you're now a professional athlete.
or you could be here in Philly and you're 14 and signed to a team.
Well, there's that.
It's true.
There's-
What?
Yeah,
Soccer-
that just happened.
Okay,
Philadelphia
we're gonna
Union.
put a pin in that for later.
But and so when the soccer guy, the coach at the end tells Ted, "We're here to help them become men," I realize that's why soccer is different from other sports, because they do, even though yes, they're professional athletes, but they're still only 19, 20 years old. They're still developing, mentally and depending on what they've been handed to their whole life, they don't know what to do with themselves. So I like that we had that aspect of seeing these characters grow, even Danny by little bits, but we see Danny grow a little bit. We see Sam. I mean, gosh, Sam his growth is incredible. He starts out as a boy and he becomes a man by the end of this series. So
within
I love your I'm so sorry. I love your
No.
insight on that, Steve. Holy cow. I didn't even think about that aspect of it until you just mentioned, was that they are so young and they're given all this money and all of this fame and celebrity. And what a perfect person like Ted to come in and build them into men when it could have gone seriously wrong. That's wonderful, wonderful insight.
And I'm going to also throw on top of that, what I like about the show is it shows it's not just Ted that is helping these people grow because of how this show handles mental health. Bringing Dr. Sharon on in season 2, it's not just Ted. It is also actual like licensed therapist counseling. You think about the journey that Colin went on from where we saw him in season 1. He's just kind of that joke. He's that guy that got, headbutted by Roy and he's not supposed to drink, so he has a drink, to season 3 and the arc he goes on and the story he's able to tell. And a lot of that is because of the comfort he was able to find through mental health. And I think
absolutely,
I love what this show does for destigmatizing mental health and saying like, come on, go to a counselor.
Yes.
I don't care if nothing in your brain is going wrong. Go talk to someone that isn't connected to you. It's the healthiest thing you can do for yourself.
100%.
Greg, were you about to say something?
I was, but then I was just listening intently to what you guys were saying, and
okay,
I lost it.
Could you?
I'll probably remember.
Yeah, that's fine. You talk about like how having like a coach like Lasso come in, and how impactful that is on a team of these people that are in that essence, like we said, are boys at the time, and going through their process of growing into men. Could you imagine what that would have been like? How much things would have been different if George Kartrick was still involved and still in charge of that team as the head coach? Had he never been fired?
Shorts.
Yeah, I mean, they would have been a team of boys with a ball hanging out like the whole time.
Well, no, I mean, I think that the whole point there was that it would have what he was demonstrating in that first. I mean, you could basically look at it from Nate's point of view, or not from Nate's point of view, but if you were to say, oh, hey, Nate's going to be the head coach, and when Nate got a little bit of power, he didn't get a little bit of empowerment. He got just a little bit of power, and he turned into, well, let's show him his goddamn paycheck, and maybe he'll, it'll inspire him to actually perform. I think that's exactly why they had however many decades of mediocrity in previous years, where Rebecca, I think in that first episode, the press room said, "Oh, this hasn't been this full in literally years." But I think that when we talked about this, during the rewatch, I know I sent in like a big difference between Roy and Nate coaching during season 2. But I think that's exactly what it would have been. And it wouldn't have been, as Ted said way early on, and then when he's talking about not counting wins and losses, and then Pep reiterates to him, it's all about making them the best versions of themselves on and off the field. You get yourself to be a better version of yourself on the field by being the best person you can be off the field. Once you center yourself, and what I do remember now, what I was thinking of earlier when I was going to say something. At one point, who do they bring in? They brought in a college football or American football coach to coach this group of college-aged men. Like they're literally, and so he comes over here, and he's like, "No, hey, Beard, I don't care about wins and losses." Yeah, but they do. Back in Kansas, it was we were coaching college kids. Well, these kids aren't fucking different. They flat out, they aren't different. It's still all about developing the person, developing the men, developing the personality, developing the respect, which is what allows you, just like Trent said in season 3, by thousands of imperceptible communications over the course of 3 years. You haven't changed it in a week. You've changed it over 3 years. Yeah, no shit. That's what being a fucking good person and being a fucking solid coach is. It's creating that culture of acceptance. It's creating that culture of change and that support from one to another. And it's total fucking football from the very goddamn beginning. Sorry. But yes, I mean, it's all of those good points. And then, sorry about that.
No,
That was inspired. That was fantastic.
That was
You're
great.
doing a great job.
Loved it.
So in addition to Nate and Nate's storyline, which I think we're all in agreement, I think we all kind of see a little bit differently upon the second viewing. What others, if any, do you guys think were you viewed a little bit differently? Could be in the positive, could be in a negative aspect. Like, what other storylines do you think your opinion changed on upon the second viewing?
I thought
me-
that I thought that fucking, I don't know, super twat. What the fuck was his name?
Rupert.
No, the other one.
Shandy.
Zava?
No. No, fucking Sam
Edwin
Richardson.
Akufu.
Yeah, Akufu.
Jack. Okay.
Akufu was fucking even worse the second time. It was so fucking
You know what?
bad.
That's a
Which
great call.
means- which-
Totally agree.
That's a great
which
call.
means that Sam Richardson did it even fucking better.
You nailed it.
The exact
Right.
same thing, right? Like I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit! Like I hate him even more, even knowing that he's going to get his comeuppance. He's going to get, he's not going to be able to pull through with everything. But Sam Richardson was the writing. I have to give full blown credit to the writing, but his performance was so fucking twat worthy, and it was
He's
phenomenal. It was
hilarious.
absolutely great.
He's hilarious. I don't know. Did you ever see him? Do you remember him in the Tomorrow War?
Yes. Yep.
And when he's just falling, he's running down the stairs and he's going, shit. Like, he is hilarious.
I will plug the after party because he is amazing in the after party. And
Okay.
Yes.
he is so good, and he's a
I'm
main
writing it
character
down.
in both seasons, and it is hysterical. It is what I watched after Ted Lasso when I was missing comedy, and it was absolutely great.
I
Dynamite.
love Sam.
can
He's
we just-
Dunstan and New Girl too?
Yeah. Can we just go
Congrats.
back? Can we just go
Congrats.
back for a second and talk about how many names got thrown out there when Greg said the super cunt? He couldn't remember who it was.
There were a bunch. that
There
we
were a
brought
bunch.
up. Sure.
We had Rupert, Shandy,
Yep.
Zava. Like we had a bunch of names get thrown out there.
It's
There's some
Anthony
bad-
Stewart Head. I can't say how much Anthony Stewart Head does such a good job.
Giles, my man.
Yeah.
And we're doing this rewatch of Buffy, so I'm seeing both ends of the spectrum
That's
of
crazy.
Giles.
Are you
of
getting the
Rupert.
bends?
It's wild.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. 'Cause I'm like, wait, I love him here, but God, I hate him over here.
Emotional
But he
whiplash.
plays it.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
He played it so well.
Well, we
and
talked
so just wickedly.
we talked a little bit about that on the last episode too, about how he's come out and said that he just loved being a part of this series. Like even if it was to play the villain, he just loved
He
it.
crushed it.
Do you think that he was wearing like a silk robe? Because to me, he was wearing in that last episode when he was walking off the pitch, it looks like he was like in his robe and slippers and he was like hobbling off of the field. Like,
I
think
interpreted
the-
that as, you know what, guys, we've been setting this up as he's going to be Vader all season. We're going full in. We're just going to go full Vader on him and
Yeah.
just give you what you want. I thought that was just the costume department saying like, here you go. Here's Anakin.
oh, well, I mean, we had cape moments and shadow moments, you know, and he had his big office window.
wearing that
big
jacket.
chair, and
Wearing that jacket absolutely flashed me back to Grandma's Boy, where they're referring to,
Oh my God.
all right, Morpheus. Like I was just like,
cost of the Matrix.
I mean, like the
So
Matrix
why?
obviously was like almost like the inspiration, but like I think that the Darth Vader vibe is actually a really good observation. But I could not get the goofy dipshit out of my head from Grandma's Boy.
That is such a hugely underrated comedy.
Oh,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
It is
I
so
like
good.
Grandma's
So funny.
Boy a lot.
That's great.
I love that movie.
I don't like stupid comedies either, and I like Grandma's
That one's
Boy a lot.
good.
Yeah,
that was one of those ones that I was skeptical because it's a Happy Madison production, but it wasn't
Yeah.
an Adam Sandler movie.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I don't know
True.
how this is going to be without Adam, and it turned out better than most of Adam's movies.
My beef
That-
strong.
That's how I felt about Dirty Work.
I'll
Like,
do
all
it
right,
with you, dude. We're gonna go crazy together.
Yeah, Dirty Work's
Work
another
with
one.
Norm
Macdonald.
Norm
Macdonald.
Macdonald.
yes. Norman Artie Lang. That's all you need to know.
We are all the same generation.
So I mean, going back to obviously different things. Edwin Akufu that you mentioned. Any other ones? I mean, did people see maybe the Roy and Keeley
You know
relationship
what?
a little differently?
I honestly now, because I'm thinking about it as you guys are all talking, I did not enjoy Rebecca and Sam as much this time
Oh
around.
shit! Really?
Yeah, I loved them the first time around. I just wanted them to work it out, and this time, just knowing who they were going to come out to be away from each other. I just didn't, I don't know. There was just something about their relationship where I was like, no, I see now that it doesn't work. And I guess knowing that it doesn't work made me see why it doesn't work. And maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much the second time around.
I had the exact opposite reaction for the same reason, though. In
Oh,
that,
crazy.
Because I knew that they both got a happy ending by series end, I was now okay with the fact that their relationship ended. I wasn't the first time around. I was bitter through the finale that they did not end up together. But knowing the hindsight now, when I watched it this time, I really appreciated the Flying Dutchman. I really appreciated the cook at the restaurant. Like I was mentally allowing that to happen. So
Okay.
again, same read, completely different results. It's fascinating.
Interesting.
Oh my God! How did I not realize he's a Flying Dutchman?
Yeah, I didn't pick it up until he just said it. Yeah,
How did I not pick up on that until now? He is
I don't know.
legit
I don't
Flying
know.
Dutchman.
I've never
until
not thought
until
that.
the rewatch. I didn't even remember that she meets him at the airport. I don't know if I thought
Did you block it out of your memory?
or I blocked it out or what. No, I literally didn't remember that scene at all. When that scene played out in the last episode, I was like going, was this in the edit that I watched? I don't
See,
remember her
in his
meeting this
boat,
little
he
kid
had
in
he had a
I know,
picture
he
of
had
a
little-
Dutch Flying
Yeah.
Dutchman.
Yeah, it
And
was.
he
the
was a
poster.
Flying
It was-
Dutchman. Yeah.
and I see all that now.
I saw it.
I
swear, I don't.
didn't even realize. Didn't even pick. It's ICOG all
That's
over
beautiful.
again.
Can I gripe about one character's
No, absolutely not. We're moving on.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So Keely Jones, guys.
Mm.
They did my girl Keely so dirty in season 3. And like we had such an example of women's empowerment. I got 2 daughters under the age of 10 that can take over the world if they so choose, and I want them to believe that they're able to. And a lady like Keely Jones is the exact type of icon that they could follow down that path. But what they did with her season 3, making her success and everything about her dependent on the relationship she had, that was crap. And I'm really, really upset with what they did with Keely Jones's character for 9/10 of the final season.
All
I
right, so
100% agree.
Totally agree.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yes, you are.
That sounds like a
But
disagreement.
I'm going to disagree with you.
There's
My father always
definitely-
said, always ignore everything before but.
However,
Thank you. There you go.
But like a good boy.
I was waiting for it.
Her dependence on a relationship is the way that you viewed it. The way that I viewed it was the fallout of the trauma of Roy breaking up with her. I didn't think of it as, hey, I'm only valued by the relationship that I'm in, and because Roy didn't want me, I'm not worthy of anything. I absolutely viewed. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I absolutely viewed it as I know what happened to me when my wife left me. I know that I was a fucking mess for months into probably a year and a half. I mean, in all honesty, I'm probably still fucking dealing with that. And that was 8 years ago. But I know that I absolutely had 3 to 5 months. I mean, and I was a fucking wreck. And like, you're talking a couple of months, the off season for the season. The way that I viewed it, and again, you absolutely may be right. I think that it did have a step back, and Jack being a rebound. You guys had talked about Rupert and Nate, but I was, you were talking about it, and I was like, oh, that was the love bombing, right? It was him giving Nate a car. It was the same as Jack giving Keeley the fucking first bound edition and defacing a historical fucking treasure. But whatever.
I agree with you, because Rupert gave a job, and then Jack gave her also a company.
Yep.
Yes,
so yeah, 100%.
That's what I thought that you were talking about with the relationship, was when everything went to crap with Jack and and Keeley, Jack took it all away. And
Right.
what that showed is that she couldn't recover from that until her friend dug her out of it, instead of her being able to build something for herself. I don't think that it was dependent on her relationship with Roy. I don't think it was dependent on her relationship with Jamie. I think that she is confident in who she is as an independent woman without a man. I do think that she was, as Alex reminded us, love bombed by Jack. But the minute that it got sticky, that it got hard, that it became a bad look for her family or for her father or for her, whatever. Maybe she's not out. I don't even know if she's not out. Maybe she's not out. But she took everything away from Keeley, everything. And that is what disappointed me, is that Keeley should have known from the start, with how smart she is, business-wise, people-wise, relationship-wise. Keeley should have known, no, this person owns my company or is funding my company. I am not going to get into a relationship with this person. Like, she would tell other people not to do that. So she wouldn't it's so not Keeley to do something like that and to become the submissive part of a relationship. And in season 3, we see Keeley submissive, and she's making, like, her decision with Shandy was fucked. I mean, bringing her on, and I see why she wanted to do it. She wanted to do it to make him to prove that maybe she was like a Rebecca, that she could mentor somebody, but she hasn't grown up yet. The show didn't give her the room to grow up. Like, everybody else on the show got to grow up. I agree with you, Alex, and it seems that they stunted Keeley's growth, and I'm not really sure why.
Well, and it's like the moment season 2.
It is the patriarchy,
it really is,
damn it.
because
Except this time it was fucking Jack.
It's the weirdest thing, because the moment
Jack just
season
sucks.
2 ended,
Yes.
Keeley stopped it.
If we make Jack a woman, it's not the patriarchy, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Jack
exactly.
just sucks.
I'll bet you that's why they did it too.
There you go.
That's why those men did it. Thank you very much,
Had to
Jason
throw it in there.
Sudeikis.
I didn't have to push the button. We get it for real with Steve Steve recording with us. We get a live Jack just sucks.
I like that analysis, because it really was, and that's why it's disappointing what they did with her. I'm glad that she kind of comes back there at the end with Rebecca, being like, oh, that's all you need? That's like, I have that in my couch cushions. I can give you that much money, so she's not like getting millions of dollars. She's going to start a firm with just her and Barbara, and she's not going to be handed this huge firm. She's going to be handed a little firm, and now she's going to grow it. And so hopefully we're going to talk about that. But
Well, I mean, and I kind of touched base on that upon our coverage as well, with the whole thing with why didn't Rebecca just give her the money to do this from the beginning? And it's because Rebecca, from a mentor's perspective, needed Keeley to be able to do this on her own. She needed to be able to, support herself without this. She needed to be an independent person. She needed to be the independent person that Rebecca always knew she was. And also, but at the same time, almost in a motherly, the matriarchy, kind of way, she also, just like any parent does with their child, you need to allow them to make their own mistakes and learn from their mistakes. And that was what Keely went through. I agree with you that upon rewatching, it does make Keely submissive, and it kind of degrades the character. No, degrades the character is a bad way to put it.
No, that's a great way to put it. Demeans it, insults it.
I think demeans is probably a better word than degrade. But it does. It demeans the character. It demeans Keely as a character by the way they did it. So I don't know. I kind of blew past, I guess, similar to the same way you guys did with Rebecca and Sam. I kind of just blew past the Keely Jack relationship upon the second viewing because I knew it was going to end.
It was so dumb. It was just filler, just like Zava, just like Shandy. It was just filler.
On second viewing, or not say second, on when I was doing the rewatch with you guys, it was my least favorite storyline. Like, yes. Keely was unfortunately Keely up until the last couple of episodes was my least favorite storyline. And by least favorite, I mean one I didn't really give a shit about. Not just because I knew how it ended, but I was just like, this is just what I have to wait through to get to Roy or Jamie.
Right. It's like they forgot to include her in the story when they were storyboarding the whole show. They just forgot about her. And maybe that was the case. Maybe she was more popular than they thought she was going to be. Maybe she wasn't going to be a main character in season 3, and that would have been better than giving her a side story that really was completely disconnected to the rest of the overarching story. Mm-hmm. You could lift her out, and I think it would be the same.
I think the most interesting part of Keely's story in season 3 was getting to meet Barbara. Because Barbara became a fantastic character by the end.
Yeah, but
Barbara was a lot of fun, but did
we need it?
I'm with Kristen, enough of a value add to make up for the value minus of what they did with the character?
Oh no, Barbara
How does that work on the scales?
Barbara was purely a character who, in the beginning, was kind of comic relief, and then was used to build up Keely as a character again. But had you never tore her down to begin with, Barbara would have never even been needed. If that makes sense.
I don't know. I think Barbara got more out of Keely than Keely got out of Barbara.
I can see that too.
I don't know. I think you could have added. I mean, I like the Barbara character a lot. That could have been written in easily and kept Keely joined to the club. I mean, she was just there. Her and the rest of the story just never really connected until maybe the last 2 episodes.
And by then it felt forced.
Yeah.
It felt like, all right, we need to tie things up because, Jason's done after season 3. So let's do this, guys.
Yeah, I can see that. Any other storylines that you guys can think of outside of the ones we've already talked about that maybe you view a little differently upon the second view?
I've got 30 seconds. The boys at the pub going from also rans to heartfelt, lovely parts of the ensemble and part owners of the club, like Baz, Paul, Jeremy, forever in my hearts. You guys are the fans and you speak for us. So thank you.
For sure.
I adore that. Their little journey to just being so freaking wonderful. I love it.
Well, so you know what? Let's use that kind of then, and let's talk about some of our favorite characters from the run of the show, because there's definitely a number of them, and I know for a fact that there are some characters I loved even more the second time around than I did the first.
Trent Crimm the Independent. Okay.
Trent Crimm Independent. That was exactly the one that was in my head. Because, I mean, upon first viewing and even more so into the second viewing, I mean, come on, like Roy Kent is my spirit guide. Like he is a guy I want to be, when I get older. I have 5 different versions of Roy Kent Funko Pops in my apartment right now. But Trent Crimm is one of those characters that I loved him the first time and I just adored him the second. So much more than I did the first time.
I have to admit, I didn't really pay much attention to Trent the first time around, but in this second viewing, I was so appreciated the character and what he brought to the story. From being a reporter and being the one who breaks the story about Ted's anxiety attack to then going to Ted and saying, "Hey, I'm the one who wrote this. I was told this from this person, and Nate told me this." And he went and he comes clean with Ted and goes, "I'm a reporter. I'm doing my job. I'm just doing my job, you know? So I really appreciated his character a whole lot more in this rewatch than I had ever before. I'll admit that.
I always thought he was snazzy and debonair, and then I always loved Trent, and then you have such a great chance to enjoy him on the second go through.
Yeah,
There wasn't enough of him.
Season 3 really let Trent shine, and I don't know if it was necessarily like what is it, the magical American Negro? Is that what the thing is? But it's, hey, you need an experienced gay man to assist and help the younger gay man down the path of the journey. I know that neither of them are in fact black, but I was just the one that helps, like, right, the older black janitor, or the shut up, guys. Like you know what I'm talking about.
Just keep digging.
I realize that none of them are black, but
I was
just roll
totally
with it for a second. All right,
I was rolling with your analogy.
Land the plane. I'm gonna land it.
I was totally in with your analogy until Kristen started laughing, and then I couldn't help it.
But I think that giving him that backstory of, like, we know he's got a daughter and we know that he was married and then I really thought that he had an opportunity to shine in season 3, and I agree he is phenomenal. But if I may pivot
from the magical Negro American.
It's gonna be a hard pivot there, Tom.
The overused trope.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works for him.
Allow me to pivot gracefully.
Trevor needs a new pair of shorts.
Why wear brown pants?
That's Vegas.
So but
wasn't it a white couch that they were carrying up on the stairs in Friends too?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The character that I appreciated much more from a whole character aspect on this particular rewatch was Mr. Leslie Higgins. Now, he was always a treasure.
Yes,
but
He's chill.
I didn't appreciate the fact that he was as steady as he was until watching it 2 or 3 or 4 times. Because, I mean, yes, he's like the yes man and the I feel bad that I did those things, but fuck off. Like, I was so proud of him the first time I watched it, and then by the 3rd or 4th time I was just like, oh man, you have got such an amazing way to go, and you're gonna kill it. But he doesn't develop. He develops over season 1 because he feels bad about what he did and how he helped Rupert, and then he just wants to help the club and Rebecca, but then he is the bedrock of that club behind the scenes. And
dude, that's such a great call.
He is the old trope of the old wise owl. I
thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
Yeah.
He was just the steady character that there was no growth needed because he was there.
Yeah, he was right.
No, I'm being very serious. He's the wise old owl of Richmond.
No, I'm with you. I'm totally agreeing with you on that, and that's what I'm saying. Is Kristen is that he was a complete character.
Yes.
By the end of season 1, we have a complete, because we have this where he realizes what he had done helping Rupert was bad, and he comes back to being just the bedrock of he's the complete character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he drops so many nuggets of wisdom throughout the entire run of the show. I could probably, off the top of my head, come up with 4 or 5 of them. There are at least 30 between talking to Jamie about forgiving him or accepting his dad for what he is and forgiving him for what he isn't. What he tells Roy in the finale about, that was perfect. There are just so many moments where Leslie is just like, and the fact that he has been hosting Christmas at his fucking house for God knows how many years, and it took the culture of acceptance and togetherness that Ted brought in to, I mean, it just explode that into a club-wide phenomenon.
And
Yeah,
Christmas
that's
is the only gathering we actually see. I mean, by the end of the series, when they're doing the whole montage, we see them having a barbecue outside.
Yeah, that wasn't Christmas. That was definitely more. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, who's to say how many other holidays or times a year he's hosting these people at his house?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that's what I'm saying. It's like they probably always, no matter where they went, I bet you this particular team always stayed in connection with each other for sure.
Absolutely.
Or played on that team for as long as they could until it was time to get fresh meat in there. But, whatever. But I was just going to say, with all those Higgins nuggets that you were talking about, Greg, what's funny to me is that, you never knew where to find him either. But if you found him, you were going to get a really good conversation and some good advice. But you had to find the guy. He's like the rolling cart of the whole place.
By the way, you guys were absolutely correct. There's no fucking way that AFC Richmond doesn't have some meeting room that he would be using it as his fucking office. The director of football operations, bullshit.
CR1 is out there. One of the character developments I really enjoyed was Jade. First time versus second time. So the first time you see Jade in season 2, you're like, all right, this chick's kind of annoying. Then you get to season 3, you're like, all right, it's kind of cute. But then you rewatch, you're like, okay, this is one of the strongest relationships in the show. Like, as far as boyfriend, girlfriend, simpatico, really, really complimentary. Like, she's absolutely amazing for Nate. And I loved her so much more this time around, knowing where the journey was going to go. I adore Jade.
Agree.
I'll throw another one out there too. Another character I enjoyed watching the second time, more so the second time around too, is Isaac.
Ooh,
I loved watching Isaac. Like, I love knowing the journey of who Isaac becomes, and he's another character that kind of has to find confidence while at the same time he's instilling his protection on Colin. But I mean, remember, in season 1, he is a bully. He is a bully to Nate, him and Colin both. So to see the journey he makes from season 1 to being the captain who takes his first ever penalty shot in the big game and making the shot, like, that is such a fun journey to watch. And it only gets stronger in season 3.
Yeah.
I never understood in season 1 why Roy gave it to Isaac, but I eventually did. Like, I feel like they didn't develop the character enough in season 1 for me to understand why.
Well, he
Roy
doesn't
made
give
the
it to
selection.
Isaac until season 2.
I thought he had to give it to him at the end of season 1.
Oh, no, you're
season
right.
one.
You're right.
Yeah.
Roy
So
was
he
still
had
a
to-
player. Turned it over. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I thought Isaac was an interesting choice, and I never quite understood it. But I was happy that they then did go back and develop that character, so we did understand why he made that choice. Because I agree, he is a great arc.
I mean, we can't
like
deny
that.
the scene where he gives him the band is one of the funniest damn scenes in the entire series. When he tosses it to him and it just lands on Roy's head, and Beard's in the back, like doing the shock face. It's like,
It was so good.
terrible. I'm sorry, Kristen, I cut you off.
No, I totally forgot now. It's fine.
Are you sure it wasn't a trope of some kind that we were gonna?
I don't know. You need to ask Greg about that one.
Yeah, I agree. I think for the one character, if I had to pick one character who I really appreciated more in this rewatch, was Rebecca. Was not that I didn't appreciate her in the first watch, but I think in this second watch, seeing her go from wanting to tear down the team to at the end of it, making the fans part owners, but keeping her majority ownership, but giving the rest of that to the fans, was just, it's an amazing arc to have what her character goes through from the beginning to the end. So I think I really appreciated Rebecca a lot more in this, just her mentoring of Keeley, despite what happened in season 3, but we've already talked about that. But it's just, I think seeing her, I appreciated her more this time around than the first time.
It's really interesting that we all are talking about how much more we are appreciating these characters, because it seems that we, at least in this conversation, really like knowing that whole story so that we can see the development back of that whole story. And I think when you have layered characters like this, it is so wonderful when you have really, my lights are changing. I'm sorry.
Do you smell burnt toast? Hold
Yeah,
on,
are you having a stroke?
ADHD affects 1 in 4 humans.
Are you sure it's not just? Are you sure it's not just lights out at Shawshank? I mean, they could be.
I'm sorry. They're changing, but it's okay. Okay. I forgot where I was going.
We completely cut off Kristen's train of thought with that whole thing.
Right. So what I was hearing you say was the watching it a second time, knowing that whole arc and watching the development of those characters, I think that not only this show, but like so many well-written shows out there, they deserve a second watch. If you haven't ever watched the Sopranos a second time,
The Wire.
I haven't watched The Wire yet. I've watched the first.
Wire.
I watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and then my kids woke up, and I had to turn it off.
Yes, you do.
They're just any show that's really character driven, right? I mean, I love the nuanced layers of any character, and I think that this show does an exceptional job of quietly layering the characters so that by the end of it you have this beautiful full character moment in that barbecue that we see as we kind of pan out of the whole world, that when you go back and you know that you're headed towards that barbecue, you really appreciate each character's journey along the way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, as far as characters go, I don't think this is one that's any mistake in mentioning, but because we talked about it a bunch, but Jamie's growth is just one of the biggest arcs of any character in that entire series.
Smart Jamie.
This is the right amazing. Jamie redemption arc, okay? The Jamie Lannister redemption arc. No, okay? Jamie Tart redemption arc. Good job, Jason Sudeikis. Great job. Not that I have feelings about that.
I feel like we have to get Kristen a shirt now that says Jamie Tart is the true Jamie.
With a Lannister lion.
Or Tart is the true Jamie.
There you go.
Gross.
All right, so let's move on then to our favorite episodes and moments from the entire series, because there have been great moments that don't necessarily fall within my favorite episodes. For example, the dart game in the Diamond Dogs, season 1, episode 8, is probably one of the greatest scenes of this entire series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hustling Rupert in that dart game, which leads us to the "Be Curious, Not Judgmental" line. It's not necessarily one of my favorite episodes, but it easily is one of my favorite moments from the entire series.
That would definitely been mine. Was that the dart scene?
Yeah.
Sure.
Favorite episodes, though. I mean, obviously, Sunflowers is up there, but I mean, Carol of the Bells to me, for being. What is it?
I said,
Greg, I'm on your
Carol
team.
the Bells.
I'm on your team, Greg. It's a drag.
No, I say Carol the Bells with just awe, because to me it is absolutely it became immediate Christmas watch for me.
Yeah, it's regular Christmas viewing for me now, even though it's only been a couple years. But and for an episode that was literally written in as an extra episode, it was thrown in there just to add 2 more episodes to, along with Beard After Hours, was just added to expand the season. It was not connected to the rest of the season, and yet is still, along with Beard After Hours, is still one of 2 of the greatest episodes of this entire series. And Carol of the Bells, so much so that, no lie, we talked about this when we covered it because I couldn't wait to talk about it, has a particular scene that I could not breathe. I was laughing so hard. And it's Roy Kent smelling Phoebe's breath and saying,
I think you might be dying.
I think I might be dying.
That is the line that I will always remember from this series. The look on his face and the tone of it. I think
And then him hiding behind Keely to gag
yeah.
is just
he feels like I can't.
I easily could not breathe during that scene the first time I saw it.
Since it's the winter celebration episode, I'm gonna do a little Festivus airing of grievances. Here's my issue with Carol of the Bells. Okay, this is why I did not love it. There are certain times that I really don't want a breather episode. Okay, so when the wolves start attacking Alexandria, and now we find out about Morgan and the cheesemaker, like, guess what? I kind of want to see the attack on Alexandria. This was the same exact situation because Jamie had just joined the team, and then we get this filler episode. I'm like, come on, guys, I kind of need to know what happens. And then the next episode is Rainbow. So we get this Carol of the Bells right in between that and Rainbow, and it really killed my mojo. And I understood it was made after the fact, but the timing of where it was placed in the season really grinded my gears.
I can appreciate that.
That is fair. That is fair.
I can totally appreciate that. Yeah.
Glenn in a dumpster.
Glenn in a dumpster.
Glenn in a dumpster.
And we're learning about the cheesemaker. Phenomenal episode. Fabulous episode. Yeah. Not where I want it in my season.
Nope, not even a little bit. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
You lead that into.
You know what? We need to let Alex have a minute for a second.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I got worked up there for a second. Folks.
Yeah, let the man breathe for just a minute.
I was just. I appreciate what you're saying, and I can completely understand what you're talking about. I think for me, because I loved Carol of the Bells so much, it softened some of that for me. But leading into like that, segueing into like you talk about favorite episodes, Sunflowers is phenomenal, but Rainbow will forever be my favorite.
Much like Kristen, it is the greatest episode of Ted Lasso history because of its just the love letter it is to rom-coms. It is 100% my favorite episode of the entire. It reintroduced me to the song Rainbow, and it has been on repeat on my playlist. Kristen, I know you're dying to jump in here because you love rom-coms so much. Please tell us what you feel about Rainbows.
But look, I'll let Kristen steam for a little bit. The reason that one, it's not even that I am a rom-com fan. It is all of the references and all of the, turning some of those
fan of rom-coms.
Turning some of the tropes up on their head, like you make a non-creepy Christmas. Or I guess that was Carol of the Bells. Sorry, but I'm just a coach standing in front of a man. That made me laugh so fucking hard because Notting Hill is one of my favorite rom-coms. I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but like You've Got Mail, I've never fucking seen Sleep in Seattle. I've never seen You've Got Mail. They don't interest me. But fucking Notting Hill was fucking hysterical, in part because of Rhys Ifans. But anyway,
yeah.
Good old Otto.
There's no excuse for him.
There are so many great references and brought in and made great by characters I had come to love, that they were all applicable to the story, again, in my biased opinion.
And if for no other reason, it is the very first episode where we are introduced to Coach Kent.
And boy, does he do a good job.
Because that is, if nothing else, by the end of that episode, that is Roy rejoining the team. Which is a pivotal moment in the series.
That's an amazing moment of the show.
Yes,
when he walks onto that pitch.
It made even better
when he fixes his knee right before. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I love is how well they edited it. So the musical cue for the song, as he goes past Nate, starts to go into that distorted chord, and you can really feel the tension as it's like hammering in on Nate's face to end the episode.
Yeah.
We talked about this when we covered that episode. It's one of my favorite moments. It's one of my favorite Roy Kent moments and we jokingly say when he fixed his knee, but it's that moment where he bends over He fixes his knee, and then the camera cuts to behind him, and you just get that whoosh of him standing up like with confidence and walking out on that field, and you can't help but be like, "Fuck yes, Roy is back."
Oh, yeah.
He's there. He's every fucking where. Roy Kent.
Roy Kent.
That's my favorite new Venn diagram. Is I saw that Venn diagram.
Oh, yeah.
Here, there, and then Roy in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like here, there, everywhere, and then Roy Kent.
and Roy Kent right in the middle.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah. It was
Kent just saying fuck.
So what are some other episodes and moments that kind of stick out? I mean, it's very relevant. It's very
Uncle's Day.
Wow.
Day.
That's a
Uncle's Day's
fantastic
good.
one.
Uncle's Day.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
And the fact that Jamie brought the most thoughtful gift.
It's a really good gift.
I mean, especially like we know how important like a football player's kit is, but to Jamie, it's sacred. I mean, you could tell that, and they drop that in, especially when he puts the black tape over
Dubai
Air.
Dubai Air.
Dubai
Okay,
Air,
I thought I
yeah.
had it wrong. Right. And he put it on and he's like, what are you doing? Well, we have to have the same kit. We're a part of the same team. Right. I mean, and when you go to the international break, you know, you have him wearing Sam's number. I mean, this guy knows what it is, you know, to wear the uniform. And it's just so special that he got Roy his kit. There was just something really wonderful about that. And didn't they both cry?
Mm-hmm.
in their own little ways, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did Roy have a moment like I can't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
His
I don't have my
response
notes in front
was
of me.
not even I fucking love it. I love it. He didn't even curse. I was
Yeah.
like
That's how you knew it was for real.
yeah. I mean,
Well, it was also the added bonus that he changed the E to a U.
and
That was
Yeah.
a fantastic one.
Yes.
Just
So good.
that's heartfelt. That is knowing your audience.
Oh,
And what I love about it too is upon first viewing of that one, we are all Phoebe in that moment.
yeah.
Nope.
Like we are processing it.
Yes.
Like, wait, change the. Oh, and that's exactly what Phoebe does.
And I love it that Jamie goes, it's worth it.
And speaking of people they did dirty, fucking Nora. We
Nora!
needed more
Ah.
fucking Nora, and
Where'd
it
she
was
go?
it was sad that we didn't get more of her. I'll cut it at that. But
She's barely a
that
plot
bitch.
device. I know. So okay, I have a really good episode that for me, that's when I knew I was locked in, I was hooked in, I was never turning back. Season 1, episode 4, for the children. The charity
yes.
benefit.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That whole episode from top to bottom, from the busker opening it to the busker closing it, every single beat is spot on. That's where Nate got the Ted suit. That's
Yeah.
where Roy and Jamie finally had that moment of like, yeah, man, I understand you're just as annoying as I was, but like it's going to take me a little bit of time to get there. Like so many good things happened in that episode, and it's so freaking good.
Mhm.
It's
I
also
need
kind of the
apply the planner.
yeah. It's
Where we
also
got that
kind of
one,
the
too.
tease of what's to come of Roy and Keeley
Yep, that's true. That's the
'Cause there's
first
some
real
hints.
nuggets.
in that episode as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
So that,
and Rebecca and Keeley, and like that
that's
scene
where
in the
their friendship
bathroom.
started.
Yeah, like that scene in the bathroom was so
Oh.
powerful.
The introduction of Bex was in that episode. That's who
Oh,
Jamie.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
Jamie's other plus one.
Yeah,
was
the one
Rupert's Bex.
bidding on him.
oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whoa.
Jay, and I think I mentioned this at the time that like the actress that played Bex was Sudeikis's girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
So I don't think they are still together now, but I know at the time that was his then girlfriend.
His rebound.
His
Don't worry,
rebound
darling.
from
He'll be fine.
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde. Yeah.
Steve, how about you? You've been quiet.
It's hard for me to pinpoint specific episodes, but I know there's moments. I remember the moment. I don't remember what episode it was in because I'm horrible about remembering episodes and names. But the moment when Nate does make the dinner reservation and he tells Jade, he says, "We're going to take that table. We're going to have an appetizer. We're going to have this. We're going to have probably 2 bottles of wine. And then we're going to eat and we're going to be done. And then we're going to leave. But we're going to do it at that table." You know, and that's the first time we see Nate. Yeah, that's the first time he does the spit thing, which is just you, but we see him kind of stand up for himself and do something. That moment, the darts moment for the Rickroll moment in the church. That's those. It's moments like that stand out to me. But it's hard for me to remember. You guys are great at remembering episode titles and numbers and where they felt. I'm not as good at that, so it's harder for me to do. When I was scrolling through them today, trying to find the one quote that stood out to me that I can't remember. I can't remember what episode it was when Roy says he's going to HR and last Ted says, "Say hi to Mr. Puff and Stuff for me." That's a joke where you were born in the early to mid 70s, and I'm like, that's me. So I remember HR Puff and Stuff. I know that cartoon and that show. So it's moments like that stood out for me. The moment when Rebecca comes clean to Ted about wanting to tear down the team, but then changing her mind on it. That again, like I said at the beginning, the flipping of tropes that this show did. That's what drew me in. Was the change up of we're doing something different than what everybody else does. That's
awesome.
I'll be honest, Steve. I'm cheating. I have IMDb up.
Do you?
I'm cheating, so I'm not this good.
I forgot my phone, so I've been trying to play it off the cuff. So I'm very lost as well. So I'm with you, Steve. The windmills, finding windmills. Wonderful moment.
It's season 3 episode. Oh shit! I think it's Signs is the episode, and it's really, when we talk about moments of this series and powerful quotes. Like we talked about, be curious, not judgmental, be a goldfish. There's that whole monologue that Ted gives to the team when he talks about like not wanting to deal with things. And I have it pulled up here. It's belief doesn't just happen because you hang something on a wall. It comes from in here, up here, and he points to his brain, down here in the gut. Only problem is we have so much junk floating around through us. A lot of the time we end up getting in our own way. Crap like envy, fear, shame, and I don't want to mess with that shit anymore. That to me is still one of the most incredibly powerful that I think more than any other line in this series hit me the hardest. That was the one that I think like he's talking to me in this moment. Any lines like that kind of stick out to you guys that kind of you took personally?
For me, it was the one that sticks out to me, and it's not necessarily a line, but it's the whole cut. And I went on not a diatribe, but like a narration of it on one of my voicemails. But when Rebecca's giving the speech at the dinner where prior to the food fight, and it's cutting from Nate and Jamie and talking about making heroes of men and boys and turning them from boys into men. And like that gives me the goosebumps, kind of the same way that you're talking about. Now, I didn't take that necessarily personally, but it gave me a full scope of not just what football is or what sports are, but of what this whole show did. You took a clown, even if he was a semi-successful clown in America, and you applied his mantra of acceptance and be curious, not judgmental, to a team, and you just do phenomenal things to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, one of the moments that it's going to trigger me every single time. I will cry buckets. There's no way outside of it. More than any other moment in this entire show, Man City, Roy hugs Jamie.
Yep.
That I will never not blubber. The moment, like just thinking about it right now, from the moment Jamie smacks his dad to the end of the episode when Ted calls Dr. Sharon and tells her what happened, like that whole sequence is just, it's put it in the Louvre, man. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Alex, you talked a little bit about like the issue that you had with Carol the Bells being kind of fit in to where it was in the story and how it kind of felt off kilter for you. I think with that one, I think the difference with that is putting Beard After Hours after that episode, I think was actually kind of needed because it was such an emotional part and an emotional beat with both Jamie and his father, Roy and Jamie, and then Ted talking to Dr. Sharon and the big reveal about Ted's father committing suicide. I feel like having Beard After Hours kind of fit in after that, I think fit more appropriately because we needed that break. We just took on a lot of emotion. We needed something to kind of cut that.
I agree. And I remember when it was airing live, we knew for weeks ahead of time that the episode after Man City was going to be an episode that they added after the fact.
Oh, see,
so
I didn't.
Oh, see, I knew that. So like even going into it, I was like, okay, there's going to be a breather episode. And then we got one of the funniest, wackiest, little zaniest episodes of all like crazy ass television of the last 3 years. It was just delightful. And
awesome.
you're right. That levity was perfect for the moment.
Yeah.
I like it that Beard ended up getting married in those pants.
As he should. With them in present.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And their baby.
Yeah.
And their baby.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was intending on actually doing Beard After Hours Beard for Halloween this year.
Do it.
I can't find the pants anywhere.
Find the fabric and find someone that can make you a pair of paste pants.
I'll tell you what, man. If you find just glittery pants, they'll do.
Yeah.
That's true.
They have to be pinstriped glittery pants.
Okay.
You can make that. I mean,
Amazon.
There's a
you know
DIY
who
to
has
be
it?
done.
Sheen or Temu has it. Guaranteed.
I've checked Etsy and like the people
No,
who've
not
made them on
Etsy.
Etsy don't
Sheen
make
or
them anymore.
Temu.
Bedbugs 30% off.
I'm just saying. I
There's
made
that
my
sponsorship.
I made my own Oaken costume for Halloween. You can make your fucking.
You made an
Halloween
Oaken costume for Halloween?
Yeah, did you not see that from the mass meetup?
No. I'm gonna have to look for that now. We are talking about Dr. Oaken, right?
No, I'm talking about from Frozen.
Okay, cool. That's where. That's where my head went.
See,
Yeah,
my
for sure.
mind went Dr. Oaken,
Okay.
Brett Spiner's character from Independence Day.
Sure,
Oh
sure.
no.
Yep,
I'll send you the video.
I
Those
love
things
it
track.
that the two girl dads were like, I got it.
Oh, that was Oaken. Are you kidding me?
I knew what he was talking about because I was there. That's the only reason why I knew
Wait,
what he was talking about.
Is Oaken Frozen 2?
No, he's the guy in the cat. Like when Anna is first going on the track and she runs into Kristoff.
Big Summer Blowout.
Oaken's,
Big
yeah.
Summer Blowout.
Summer Blowout.
Oh,
I have no
Okay.
clue about what you guys are all talking about. I have no clue.
gotcha.
So you are missing out. Okay, I know it's a kids movie, but bro, the whole Pixar Disney, it's fantastic. Inside Out, it's all delightful.
We were team Tangled over team Frozen.
I am too.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would
Wow,
be-
those
I would
battle
be as
lines.
well.
That is a
I've
Star
seen
Trek,
Tangled.
Star Wars
I'm
level
telling
of
you,
disconnect.
I mean,
we
but
did.
I'm telling you, like, so because we were a Tangled family until Kate wouldn't stop fucking watching Frozen or Frozen 2, and I
gotta
just
let this shit go.
this it's so hard to channel man and
I
also.
couldn't let it go.
But I
She
had a
learned
dream.
the lesson.
I got a dream.
I would thank you, Steve. I was just gonna say, I've got a dream is so much more fun than let it go.
I have a dream. I just want to hear the floating lanterns gleam.
So let me segue this.
With every
This actually-
passing hour, I'm so glad I left my
Oh my
tower.
God.
Sorry.
So the comparisons of Elsa to Rebecca throughout this whole show were such a huge, like, just an amazing comparison, and I want to give explanation to my feedback where I basically read the entire fucking song of the. So this song, right, the next best thing or the next right thing. Kate listens to this. I would say I've probably heard it 2,000 times, and we will listen to it on repeat in the car so that she will nap. So I know all of the words, and the reason that I read it and I couldn't, the guy was just too much. It was just too much. Right. And so I just want to explain, right. When this show ended, That is how I felt. I felt like it was dark. I didn't have this to look forward to anymore. I didn't have the light of Ted Lasso every day. I watched the fucking 5 or 8 minute or whatever fucking after party special, and fucking tears streaming out of my fucking face in joy, but also knowing that it was all done. But what this show not taught me to do, but what the message was, is it doesn't matter what you're going through, how dark it is, just try to take your next breath, your next step, your next choice, and do the next right thing. Whatever it is you can do to help somebody else, whatever it is you can do to be with your kids, to try to do the next right thing. I feel like that's the whole message of the show. And that's why I wasted all that fucking time, an extra minute and a half on top of the fucking 3.5 minute limit, to quote that. And I didn't explain any of that because I was already fucking over on time. Anyway.
And what
I wanted to explain it away.
Explanation now.
You mentioned that that video too, and I forget what it's called. Richmond Till We Die.
Oh yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen that yet, any listeners out there who haven't seen that yet, go on YouTube and look up Richmond Till We Die. It is, like you said, it's like, I think 6 to 8 minutes long. And it's like just a behind the scenes little wrap up of everything.
It's a love letter to the show and to all the fans, and the letter, that like the feeling of community within the cast. It's so fucking amazing.
And I'll also tell you, if you want to do a little bit of a deep dive, to watch a conversation with Brett Goldstein and Phil Dunster, where Phil Dunster just talks about how he would intentionally try and make Brett Goldstein laugh on set.
That's all I could think about when their final boot room conversation, where Jamie's just like,
just like touching Roy's face.
Where are my wings, Roy? Where are my wings?
Where are my wings?
Missed a good one, Will.
Yeah, Will missed a good one.
He's so frustrated.
All right, so I guess that just kind of leads us into one more thing, and that is there has been recent news, and I think it's all because of our podcast. They just wanted to do it.
Obviously.
I'm sure
It's obviously because of Revisited. No, there has been some recent news that we vetted and is real, that apparently Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, and Leslie, I forget the actor's name.
You can do it.
It is, man. Fuck. It's a lot of pressure.
Ricardo Shilly Shally.
Nope.
Are you sure? It sounds right.
You're thinking Montalban.
Ricardo Shilly.
Jeremy Swift.
Thank you.
Jeremy
Thank you.
Swift.
I was so
IMDb. I told you I have my IMDb.
But no, apparently they have been contracted to come back for a potential 4th season of the series.
Bring it.
Okay, so that was going to be my final question before we get ready to kind of move on from this and wrap up everything, is what are everybody's feelings about this?
I'd be excited to see it. I'd like to see what this ensemble will do without Sudeikis. What stories are they going to continue? What stories are they going to drop? Are they going to give us Keely's, next venture? Are they going to show us Roy as head coach? What's, I'd be for it. I think this group can do it. And I'm with Alex. I didn't say this at the beginning, but I'm a big Bill Lawrence fan as well. I was a huge Scrubs fan when it was on. I didn't watch Spin City, but Scrubs for sure. And the other shows that he's been involved with, I've tried to dabble in. So I'd be excited to see what they're going to do with it.
Here's my take on this, and then I'll turn it over to everybody else, because I talked a little bit about this last episode when we talked about the finale. What's having me worried about this is the fact that they're calling this a 4th season. 4th season to me means they're going to try and bring Ted back, because that's going to be called Ted Lasso season 4. if that's the way they're going with this, I don't want it. I feel Ted's story has been wrapped up beautifully, and we don't, as much as I love Ted, we don't need to see him again.
I don't think it'll be called that.
If it's a spin-off of Ted Lasso and not a fourth season, then I am 100% for it.
So
What if they did? What if they call it? What if they call it Ted Lasso: The Book of the Richmond Way?
Or Ted Lasso, The Richmond Way.
Yeah,
I think if that's the case, then just call it The Richmond Way.
Just call it Richmond till we die, and then it's everybody around Richmond and fucking.
That would be so cool.
Ted Lasso, The Book of Carol. No, wait.
there you go. That's what I was trying to. I was getting around. I was getting around that. And I just
liked it.
Didn't
I
land
like
that
it.
plane.
So I said this.
Ted
when,
City. Did I do it?
City?
There you go.
Very
Ted
nice.
City.
All right. So when I had left my feedback, I kind of alluded to this, but Bill Lawrence really screwed up with Scrubs in that season 9 was season 9 instead of season 1 of a thing I like to call Scrubs Med School. That should have been a spinoff, and then it can live and die on its own. This should be called The Richmond Way. They already gave us the title in the finale of the last episode. Just call it The Damned Richmond Way. We get carte blanche to deal with any characters and any side stories. This is a solid universe. Like with
Give me a May episode.
Dude, like, how much fun would those board meetings be? Come on.
Yes.
How great would those board meetings
And they're
be?
at the bar. You know that they're at the bar.
Furthermore, the opportunity to expand the character base by adding AFC women's team would be really, really fascinating and really, really funny. There are a lot of really funny British like athletic comedians that I think would be dynamite to slot into this. So I'm saying there's so many legs. Why not just don't let it be Ted Lasso?
And that's kind of my point of view as well. And I think your Scrubs analogy pretty much nailed it. Like they gave Dorian such a beautiful ending in Scrubs season 8. And then you took it back and you brought him, when they said season 8 was going to be it. And then Bill Lawrence brought back the season 9.
Zach Braff's character.
Zach Braff's character. Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
John Dorian. And, he said season 8 was going to be it. You gave JD a beautiful wrap up of a character, a beautiful send off of his character. And then you took it back. You made a season 9. You brought JD back, and it really ruined that series because it wasn't that good at all. So that's my fear with Ted Lasso is we don't need to bring Ted back. If we're going to continue on with these characters, it's not season 4. Doesn't need to be season 4.
Can Beard come back?
Well, yeah, he's there.
He's there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
It can be everybody.
But that's what I mean. Like the only fear I have is that it's being called season 4. It's not season 4.
It would be
needs to be a spin-off.
If they made it sort of like an anthology, and it was just we got like pockets of everything. I would, like I said earlier, like seeing an episode about just game day for May, from opening the bar to closing the bar. Like, what does that look like from May's perspective? To me, that would be a really cool one-off episode. So, like an anthology like that, because we love this world so much, I think that would be a really cool idea.
I'll throw out another storyline I would want to see if they continue with this, and it is called The Richmond Way, and they do throw in features of AFC Richmond's women's team. Nora signs with the team.
There you go.
No, Nora doesn't want to sign with unless it's in the admin office. She wants to own the team.
Yeah, or she comes on as a protege.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty hot.
But we'd get more Nora.
I do want to I do what I didn't appreciate her more because I appreciated her fucking phenomenally through the whole goddamn series. But Annette Badland, who played May, was just welcome every fucking time I saw her. I first met her but like saw her in Doctor Who in like 2007 is when I first watched it from the first of the new series.
She's an alien in Doctor Who too.
Yeah, and she's like very heavy set, and like it took me a few episodes in watching this to recognize her, but I was like, oh fuck, she's fucking phenomenal. Like she's she's amazing great in the series. Yeah. Like
she's a gassy alien in Doctor Who.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
All right.
But yeah, but I think you're right, Kristen. I think that would actually be a brilliant episode to see the bar open to close.
Mhm.
That
Seeing
would be
May
fun.
open a bar. Seeing what Paul, Jeremy, and Baz do with their now ownership portion of the team.
Have them do a podcast and just kind of follow
Oh
their life
my
around. like Workaholics, but the Ted Lasso version of Workaholics, and these guys have a podcast about Richmond and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
We could
yes.
call it, oh my God, House of the Greyhounds.
I love it. Oh shit, I love it.
I think because we know they exist in the same world, I think we need to see a game. I think we need to see an episode where AFC Richmond plays Wrexham AFC
Absolutely, yes.
with cameos
100%,
by
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
For sure.
Because we
And-
know they
and
exist
It's
in the
Always
same
Sunny-
world.
Let's
It's Always
just
Sunny
send-
should have a
Let's
corresponding
just
episode
send
as well.
this entire file to them.
Yeah,
like
send it to Apple.
Have it all. Have all.
I did want to ask: is Bill Lawrence staying on for the new season series, whatever?
I think Sudeikis is returning as executive producer, so I would assume Bill Lawrence and Brendan
Okay.
Hunt are probably both going to come back.
Yeah, I was
Bill
wondering
Lawrence
about.
wakes up and earns $2 million these days. Everything he touches turns to gold. Bad Monkey on Apple Plus. If you guys haven't watched it,
I really want to watch it.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is so good, dude.
I
It's only 4
downloaded it.
episodes in, so
It's
I
like
downloaded the first episode and then I fell asleep on the plane, so I didn't watch it.
so
but-
good. Like imagine Vince Vaughn's dodgeball character, but as a snarky detective. It's phenomenal. It's so good.
I'm down.
Well, I mean, he's
I'm in.
also
I'm in.
the showrunner on Shrinking too, which is
Yeah.
another
Oh,
really
Shrinking's
good show.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
Brett Goldstein
Yep.
series or
And he's
produced
coming
series,
in for
too.
season 2. He'll be acting on it, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
That's another one.
if you get a chance to go see Brett Goldstein, I'd second Ben's thing. I know Jill saw him a few nights ago, and I saw him a month ago, but he's so fucking good.
Did he tell the story about meeting Elmo
Oh yeah.
and
Oh, yes.
how he told his kids, like, if his kids ever ask him, like, was the day I was born the greatest day of your life? He's like, I have to tell them no.
Have you met
Well,
Elmo?
why not?
I
Have you
fucking
met Elmo?
Well, I think that's why the tour is named the second best night of your life.
Probably, yeah.
And so I have a hat now that says the second best night of your life, and people have no idea what I'm talking about. They're just like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I'm
He
like,
said
"Oh,
he
that's
says
pretty
in
funny."
his act he can never have kids because he can never tell them that the day they were born was not the greatest day of his life.
Yeah.
It was meeting Elmo.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw out some recommendations. I'm gonna let you guys throw out some recommendations if you have them. We've thrown a couple out already, and then if you guys have anything to plug or you want people to check out, we'll do that too. But before we do that, any kind of final notes on our coverage of Ted Lasso or your thoughts on Ted Lasso before we get ready to wrap this up?
I have a potentially controversial opinion, which is
Oh no.
I don't think Ted Lasso is going to go into my top 5 rewatchable shows. I think season 1 will. But the longer the episodes get, the heavier the episodes get. I kind of signed up for Ted Lasso to get a nice lighthearted jaunt in my day, and it started getting heavy and deep. I will enjoy a rewatch, but I don't know if it's going to be that Office, that Parks and Rec, that Good Place in the background while I'm doing stuff.
Just put on a random episode
Yeah,
and kind of watch. Yeah.
Because it's so good, you do have to honor it by watching the whole damn thing. So it's not
I
just
see,
pick
yeah.
up and go into it. So that's kind of my controversial opinion. Like, it's super rewatchable only as a binge.
Mhm.
It's not a casual rewatch, it's an invested rewatch.
Great point. Like Lost. Yes. You cannot casually rewatch Lost. You have to do it investedly if you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're right. Because whereas, like you mentioned, Parks and Rec and The Office, that's a series, or Community, or Big Bang, or any of those kind of things.
Hop on in.
You can hit shuffle, and whatever episode comes up, you can
Friends.
enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I agree with you. Having said that, I also get sucked in. Like, it's not even that like I need to be invested. It's that I will put it on and be like, oh man, this is such a fucking amazing episode. And literally every fucking episode, it doesn't fucking matter which one it is. Every one, then like, okay, well now I just really want to watch more. and it's not so much like a binge per se. It's more like, oh, so fucking good. Yes. So that's my final note is that yes.
I get that. I do.
I again, this is probably going to be a controversial opinion as well. This is probably not one that I'm going to go back to continually, or that I'm gonna reference back to. It's just it's good. It's great. I don't know if it's going to be in my top 5, and I don't know if it'll be, a rewatchable show. I think I'm kind of with you guys. If I'm going to rewatch it, I'm probably going to binge a season, and then take a break, then binge the next season, take a break, and then binge. Like, I don't know if I'd watch it. Like, I just finished. This is horrible. I just finished a Supernatural rewatch, which that's an investment.
Ooh, that's an investment.
15 seasons. I just finished. I had never rewatched the whole series from beginning to end since it ended, and I just finished that here a few weeks ago.
I have you beat. I did a CSI rewatch, which is 23 seasons.
Wow. Yeah, you did. You did.
And now I'm
Still
in
hasn't watched
CSI
The Wire, though.
And now I'm in it. Shut up, Alex.
Right? Thank you.
I do not.
And now I'm almost done my CSI New York. My CSI New York rewatch, which is another 9. I'm in season 8 of that right now.
Nope. You know what? Stop.
Like, to me, that's what I would put on if I would just want to go to sleep, because those bore me to tears. Again, hot take, but no, hey, you guys, I totally understand where you guys are coming from with regard to not wanting to rewatch it as like I agree. It's not a light. I mean, I will watch any episode of Parks and Rec ever, but at any given time. But like this one, I would need to watch in order, and I would just be able to say play on Apple, and it would just play next, and I will know exactly where I am. And again, so many parts of this touched me very appropriately, as opposed to the other way. In a point where I can identify with almost every character at some point, and it is. I will watch this until the day that I die.
You got some zingers tonight.
I love it.
I don't think it's a controversial take at all to say what you guys are saying. I mean, and I agree with you, but I mean, like the older I get and the more I have to deal with anxiety and depression and things like that, every once in a while, and I'm sure hopefully you guys can kind of relate to this. Every once in a while, you kind of get in those moods where like you just need a good fucking cry. Like whether it be a happy cry or like something feel good or whatever. And to me, sometimes like Lasso is that show for me. That we talked about this last episode, the finale of this series where they all come together, where they start pulling out the pieces of the believe sign. Like to me, like if I need a moment where I just need to cry happy tears, I go to that scene because that's what it does. So
love that.
I don't think it is. You're right. I don't think it's a just put on a random episode unless it's an episode like Carol of the Bells or Beard After Hours. It's something you kind of have to be invested in if you go back and rewatch it, or to go back and rewatch it. You need to kind of be invested in it.
I agree with that. I cried a good sunrise. So
to pull another amazing Leslie Higginsism. The fan has been removed, and again, I apologize for my father. So good.
So anything else? Any final kind of things about Ted Lasso? This is it. This is the end of our coverage. Oof. I know, right? So, so that means that the next time you hear us, we will be diving headfirst into starting our coverage of The Good Place, which, Kristen, I know I know we're both excited for this because I haven't watched this show since it aired. So
yeah, I haven't either. I haven't watched the show at all since it aired. I've only seen it once through, but I loved it. Loved it.
Yep. Yeah, it was one of those ones I said, like I dove in because of Kristen Bell and just ended up loving every.
So are you going to do just for a logistical question coming from me when I do a live Steve of the first episode? Are you spoiler full? Are you going to have a spoiler section, or are you just going to be all like spoilers? Have you decided that?
I think you should do spoiler section if you guys have only watched it once, because I will spoil the shit out of so many things for you unintentionally that you've forgotten. I can guarantee I will spoil so many things by episode 3. You're not going to play my feedback anymore.
Well, we'll just play your feedback during spoilers section. Like you'll be our spoiler section.
So here's
From
my
the
thought.
medium place. We have we have Alex
Marcus St. Clair
from the medium place. Yeah, we have Alex Sinclair from the medium place that is going to ruin your day and give you all the spoilers.
See, I don't even remember the medium place, so you're not really spoiling
I'm Steve. I'm right there with you. I don't remember it either.
You can just call the spoiler section the medium place. There you go.
I like it.
So here's my thoughts on this. The only reason why we did a spoiler section for Ted Lasso was because it was still relatively new. It had just ended. We were just diving back into it, and we knew for a fact there were people that were watching it for the first time. And we didn't want to ruin that for them. I think The Good Place has been out long enough.
When did it end?
2000. I was in the house I'm in now, so probably 2019,
2020. Yep.
2020. Okay.
So
it ended in 2020, and then all this shit happened.
Right.
I'm willing to bet people watched the shit out of it during COVID. I mean,
and it started in 2016. So with the episodes that we're starting with, it has been 8 years since these episodes aired. So I think we're pretty safe to do spoilers in the conversation.
Okay.
Just like we did with Lost.
Okay.
which is funny that you guys are now covering The Good Place, because The Good Place is my other favorite beginning to end comedy from the first episode all the way. They're chapters, right? They were all chapter 1 through 39 or 46 or whatever the fuck it was. But it is another one of those amazing beginning to end shows.
It's one of those shows. Again, there's not a lot that I remember because I haven't watched it since it aired. But all I do remember, the one thing I remember the most about this show is how much I fucking love Janet.
Oh, Janet's phenomenal.
I have her Funko Pop.
And
do you really?
I do. With the cactus. Yeah.
I mean,
Darcy Carden is just such a great actress, comedic actress. Like
between Janet and Derek, like they are two of my favorite. Like
I'm a big fan of Jason Mendoza.
Mantzoukas is he's so
Mantzoukas is great.
I love Jason Mendoza as well. Mortals.
Give me some Janyo.
Mortals.
I just love that Jason Mendoza, and it's another thing I remember too, how much of a huge Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Oh my god,
he is.
Fucking hate the Jaguars.
Yeah, me too.
Well, in Jacksonville, we love Blake Bortles because he is the best quarterback of all time.
I mean, them talking about Jacksonville being swamp trash. I mean, they're not wrong. Like, I lived there for 4 years, and I'm like, you know what? My kid still just moved to college from there, and I'm like, they're not wrong. You know?
Yeah. Is it Florida?
Just in general, Florida, Jersey, same thing.
Jersey?
Wow.
I'm from Jersey, and I don't know how I feel about that comment.
You're in Philly now, Ben. You're in Philly now. It's okay.
You're
on
safe.
The good side. You're on the good side. You're over here with Ben Franklin.
Oh, you're right.
Everything's legal in New Jersey. Okay.
I'm in a good place.
Oh, this has gone forking off the rails.
Oh. All right. So, I'm going to leave it to you three to leave I didn't tell you guys we're going to do this, so it's kind of off the cuff, but anything you guys want to recommend, because Kristen and I give recommendations every episode. So anything that maybe we haven't mentioned before that you guys are enjoying that you kind of want to recommend to listeners.
You guys mentioned it earlier, but I mean, Shrinking is phenomenal. Like, I'm a Jason Segel fan. I mean, I really enjoyed him in Dispatches from Elsewhere, obviously How I Met Your Mother, but I mean, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of my favorite. Oh, Kristen Bell again. Shrinking is so well written, and I'm glad that it is a cable TV show or Apple or streaming, whatever the fuck, but because it makes it they are able to do so much more. And I can absolutely see the style of writing and style of humor from Lasso carrying over towards Shrinking. It's so good.
That's
Season
one I
2
need
should
to.
be coming.
It's one I need to start. I haven't started Shrinking yet, but it is on my list.
It's super
Sure.
good. I'll agree with that.
It is good. It is good. I kind of stalled on my rewatch of Chuck. I got through the first
Ooh.
3 seasons, and I got about
So
halfway through
good.
the 4th season, and there were so many things that when I got about to episode 13 of the 4th season, and that's where I kind of stalled out at this point. You go back and rewatch Chuck. It's a good show, and I'm gonna go back to it and finish it here soon. But yeah.
I told Kristen if I watch The Wire, she has to watch Chuck.
It's a good trade-off, Christian. Seriously, no, that's a legit trade-off. That's a legit one.
I'll probably watch Chuck before you even decide that you might start The Wire, maybe in a month.
I love it. All right. So for my recommendations, Ben, I'm going to build off of one that you said a few weeks ago, which was Childish Gambino's Bando Stone. I actually think the superior album is the one he released earlier this summer, Ada Vista. It is hands down one of the best albums I've ever heard in my entire life. Ada Vista by Childish Gambino. Cannot recommend it enough. For TV shows, I want to recommend Hit Monkey. It's on Hulu. It stars Jason Sudeikis. It is a cartoon Marvel property about a assassin monkey that is guided by the ghost of an assassin played by Jason Sudeikis. It is just as crazy as it sounds. It's freaking phenomenal. Those are my recommendations.
It sounds fake.
And what streaming service is that on?
It's on Hulu. Hit Monkey.
Okay, I will check that out.
You would never expect it, but yeah, season 2 just dropped. It's delightful.
You had me at Hit Monkey. Just the title of it is.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
Just the title of it is enough to make me want to.
It's like
check it out.
24-minute episodes, super digestible. Just have a blast. Have a great time.
It's kind of like that show. Is it kind of like? Okay, I'm really going to show my my younger self here. Kind of like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Wow, that's actually not that bad. No.
Well, considering how old I was when I did watch it.
Sure. It would fit in right there with like C-Lab and Brack and Space Ghost, sure.
Okay.
But no, it's kind of like Americanized Japanimation. I can't speak on that level of nerd culture. I just know it's hilarious.
Okay.
Kristen, anything we can throw out our own as well? Anything?
I mean, I kind of have one. So, yesterday was August 29th, or what was yesterday? What is today?
Yeah,
yesterday
it's 29th.
Today's the 30th.
Okay, so yesterday, I don't have my phone, and I feel like a lost puppy. So I'm just, it's very strange. I don't even. It's like Vegas in my room. There's no clock. So yesterday, August 29th, I get this meme from my cousin about Happy Rise of the Machines Day, and so I guess in the movie Terminator, he talks about August 29th being the day that the machines rose.
Skynet takes over on August
Right.
29th. Yes.
So I was like, man, I got to watch Terminator 2 again. So I watched Terminator 2 today, and it holds up as a cinematic masterpiece. I mean, it has old special effects in there, but it is such a time capsule of history for how cutting edge that movie was at that time. The story holds up, the acting holds up, the grittiness holds up, the tension holds up. Fucking Terminator 2 Judgment Day, man. That was my favorite movie as a kid. I saw it in the theaters at 11 years old. Like, I should not have been in that theater. My dad took me. Like, it was bad. I think it might have made me a little dark on the inside because of it, I'm running. Anyways, everybody watch it.
You Could Be Mine and Civil War by Guns N' Roses is the first cassette single I ever bought as a kid, and it was from the soundtrack of Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Nice.
I just worked an event in Colorado this past weekend, and one of our moderators there told me she just watched Terminator for the first time like
Wow.
recently. And I told her, I was like, do you have any intent on watching Terminator 2? She's like, I'll get to it eventually. I was like, do it.
It's
I was like, 'cause
better
if
than
you think
Terminator.
So I told her, I was like, if you think Terminator is good, you have no idea what you are in for. with
Oh,
Terminator 2.
Steve does not agree. He just pushed
Oh, I'm really
away
excited for what Steve's
from
about
the
to say
desk.
here.
Uh-oh.
He rolled away.
That was amazing.
Oh,
You guys
man.
didn't see the nonverbals, but they were strong. They were strong.
That bacon bondage is about to come out, man.
All right, go.
Please.
I respect your opinions, and it grates me. It grates me that so many people think Terminator 2 is such a superior movie that it grates on me. I like Terminator. Don't get me wrong, it's a great movie, but the Terminator is so I can't
need
even
words, man. You need
my
to convince
head
me.
is exploding with just the acting of and why is his name escaping me? Kyle
Arnold
Reese.
Schwarzenegger.
Who
Arnold
Furlong?
Schwarzenegger?
No, the Terminator, the first one, the Terminator.
Schwarzenegger.
Kyle
Schwarzenegger.
Reese, the
Schwarzenegger.
guy who played Kyle Reese, he was in Tombstone.
Oh,
Michael
Michael
Biehn.
Biehn. Michael Biehn.
Yes, Michael Biehn. Thank you. That is the amazing way he plays that character. For me, will always set aside the Terminator. Just his portrayal. The first time we hear an actor say, "Come with me if you want to live," and just his delivery, his acting in that movie was outstanding. He's an amazing actor anyway, but for me, the Terminator is well and above. I mean, Terminator 2 is great. Edward Furlong, Schwarzenegger. Why are actors' names escaping me? The T-1000.
Linda Hamilton. Robert
yeah.
Patrick.
Robert
Patrick.
Patrick, all of them. Linda Hamilton, her physique and her physical prowess in Terminator 2 is amazing. Don't get me.
I wanted to be her.
Yeah, so many. She was the Sigourney Weaver of that age, you know. But yeah, for me, Terminator. Like I said, I respect your opinions, and a lot of people say Terminator 2 is a superior movie. I disagree. I think of them I almost separate them like Alien and Aliens. They're two separate movies. You can't really compare.
Yeah, I think that you're right. They both stand on their own. You can watch Terminator 2 without ever having watched Terminator 1 and vice versa, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they are two standalone movies that are linked in the same world with the same characters. I think that that's a better way to say that.
Like I said, I respect your opinions, and like again,
that was the nicest way
awesome.
to disagree after the physical reaction that you had.
Vehemently disagree.
People have no idea. They can't see. Steve was literally twitching.
All your feelings exploded out of your body, and you like hit the back wall. And then you come back, and you're like, "I respect your opinion," and that is and I'm like, What just happened?
I mean,
I respectfully allow you to be wrong.
Steve physically pushed himself away from his desk.
He did. He rolled
It was
back.
At the thought of
amazing.
Terminator 2 being better than Terminator.
It was
That was
awesome.
the most gracious dissenting in American history. That was
Yes.
I mean,
Oh.
if Steve had a laptop, he would have closed the lid. I mean, it's
I came
that
close.
kind of.
I came close. I'm done.
We now know that with this software that you can leave and it's fine.
Shut up.
The triggers for me.
So then I will make my recommendation, and then we'll wrap this up. I had one and I lost it with that whole diatribe about Terminator versus
was
Terminator
awesome.
2.
This is the best.
That was
I'm gonna watch Terminator when we are finished.
that might have been the highlight of the entire
I'm
episode.
gonna have
Is it weird
midnight
that
showing.
conversation made me want to watch Demolition Man?
Oh, that's
that
a far.
movie's so good.
That's a better movie.
I don't
than-
know why, but when I think of Terminator, I think to myself, I'll go watch Demolition Man instead. Every time.
Or
Every time.
RoboCop 2. RoboCop 2.
He doesn't
I love
understand the shells.
That movie.
He doesn't get the 3 kills. So I want to say first off, like a show that we've recommended before, Only Murders in the Building. The 4th season has debuted and is getting rave reviews, even though it's only 1 episode in. And then there's another show on Netflix that just recently came out that I haven't watched yet, but I'm still going to make it my recommendation because it's one I will be watching soon. There's a show called Chaos that just debuted, and I don't know about you, but this show had me at Jeff Goldblum playing Zeus. All I needed to hear about this show to make me want to watch it, because Jeff Goldblum is just amazing. So
Ian Malcolm
great call.
as Zeus.
Great call.
Yeah.
If you thought
Mr. Chaos Theory himself.
if you thought Steve Buscemi as God was good, this is going to be 10 times better. Oh.
But Steve, Greg, Alex, we want to thank you guys for coming on and doing this whole season
This
wrap
was
with us.
awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
We went about an hour longer than we had initially planned, but I don't care. Like
When
'cause
you
it was-
said we'll be on for like 45 minutes to an hour, I thought to myself, bullshit.
yeah,
I've heard all of us leave voicemails, man. Like, there's no way we're keeping
Give me crap.
That's not happening.
At least he kept us on schedule. You know,
That is
he
true.
moved
I
the
I kept it
conversation.
He
moving.
did.
We'd
even-
still
yeah.
be talking about Jamie Tart.
I
Guaranteed.
could.
We'd be back still talking about his hair. You know, with like an hour and a half ago.
I'm gonna cut it.
So, but yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on and being a part of this whole thing with us. We want to thank everybody else who ever left us feedback throughout, whether it be Facebook or, we had our friend Jason from San Jose who's left us a lot of feedback as well. Dez has left us feedback over the course of it. Megan, there's so many people.
Man River.
There's so many people who have left us feedback. We hope you guys continue to do so as we move forward into the good place. Make sure you're telling your friends about the podcast as well. Anything you guys want to plug as far as your own projects, and because Alex, I know you have your podcast going now. Steve, Greg, I know you guys are podcasters as well. I want to give you guys the opportunity to plug your stuff before we wrap this up. So, Alex, we'll start with you.
Perfect. Thank you, Ben. If you are a fan of the Philadelphia Phillies, I highly recommend you check out my podcast, the Quit Chasing podcast. My friend Danny Gerb and I give you a fan's view of the Philadelphia Phillies. So if you love the Phillies, hang out with us. If you hate the Phillies, guess what? So do we right now. So you're going to enjoy some of the content we have. We are not insiders. We have no inside access. We give it to you the way the fans are feeling. Sometimes we talk about life, music, movies, whatever's kind of on our mind. So the Quit Chasing podcast, available wherever podcasts are found.
Awesome. Steve, how about you? Anything going on podcast world?
Yeah, absolutely. The Panels to Pixels podcast. Mark and I just started our coverage of the Umbrella Academy season 4. It's the final season. There's only 6 episodes. We've done the first episode, and we're going to do the second episode tomorrow. So, so Panels to Pixels podcast. Check us out. We're on all the forums, as Alex said.
All right. And Greg, how about you?
I have kids, so no. I'm podcasting in my car right now, so at this point, Penny and I did end up finishing the Extraordinary Cast, and I literally just published the last 2 episodes because I finally had the fucking time to finish it up. But no, I mean, I got nothing at this point. Hopefully, in the next 3 to 6 months, I'll be able to do more, but no.
Okay. Fair enough. As for us, of course, we encourage you guys, as I said, to share the podcast, leave us feedback as we continue forward. Revisited Pod is the easiest way to find everything pertaining to this, or you can find us on Spotify or wherever podcasts are found, revisitedpod.com, or the Revisited Podcast if you search for it on podcasting streams. My Wilhelm podcast is going to be returning for a new season in a couple of weeks. I have a ton of backlog stuff to release, including panels with people like Ross Marquand, Anson Mount, so many others. And later on in the beginning of next year, I'm excited about this. Kristen knows how excited I am about this. I'm going to have audio of a panel I'm doing in November that I won't be able to wait to put out. I just recently found out, and it has been confirmed, I will be hosting a panel with the cast of Back to the Future
Awesome.
in
Congrats.
November. So anybody who knows
Great
me knows
Scott.
that I'm a massive Back to the Future fan. So I will have audio of that panel after it happens in November. I'll have.
This is heavy. man.
Congratulations.
This is heavy.
Thank you.
I was gonna say,
And that includes Michael J. Fox too, by the way, which is
congrats.
amazing.
Yeah.
But that new season of that's dropping in September as well. WilhelmPodcast.com is where you can find all of that. I think, Kristen, any final thoughts on everything before we wrap it?
No, you guys did a real good job there wrapping it up. Good job.
All right.
The token female has spoken.
I can't use we'll see you back out on the pitch because we won't. So we're going to try.
Everything is fine.
I was going to say, well, everything. Alex, are you all right?
Excited.
Alex is
Alex
having a
is-
fit
It is
over
one of
here.
my favorite taglines in television history. Everything is fine. I'm
Everything
going
is
to.
fine.
Everything is fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was going to say until next time, be good or at least try your best. But everything is fine might work too.
Yeah, sure. Just
Just-
remember, everything
remember.
is fine.
Everything is fine. So then I will do that. Then we'll try that on for size. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. All that you guys do. But until next time, just remember, everything is fine.
Namaste, forkin' baby.